guys, welcome back to Defeating Hair Loss. My name is Steve. I want to title this video Fighting Female Hair Loss. Yeah, I want to fight female hair loss. I want to help everybody. Females, you're not excluded. I've said on other videos that, quite frankly, nobody really cares about female hair loss because it's a different type of pattern. It's not like you're going bald, you're just getting thin. Well, guess what? For those of you out there that are going to watch this video, I feel your pain. I talk to ladies all the time, and it is horrifying. And that goes for any age, not just young or somewhere in the middle. I'm talking about ladies that could be upwards in, senior years, and it's very, very hurtful. My passion, my dream in life, as you know very well, has been to save the world of hair loss. 40 million men and 30 million women are constantly in the stages of hair loss. Well, I got some advice for you ladies out there, and let me share it with you tonight. I just thought of this, it just kind of popped into my head. When I was losing my hair and going through this very, very quickly, I was 17 years old. It took until about 18 and a half to where I realized, man, there's kind of sort of no hope for me. But in the meantime, within, let's say age 17 to 18 and a half, I was kind of sad, but I was kind of being able to style my hair in a way which covered it up. Now, I wasn't like combing it over, I wasn't bald and had to bring strands across the top. But in those days, in the days when I was growing up, men were wearing their hair parted in the middle in what they called feather back. And I was able to kind of take my hair and kind of push it down and make it look like nothing was really going on. And I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to face it. I hated it. But yeah, I didn't really know exactly when this was going to end. There wasn't a lot of education out there, but I was trying to make my hair look like my friends, make my hair look like guys that I saw out in the world, and it worked for a little while. What I see with women, and I hear from ladies all the time, frustrated, is they walk in, they sit down with me, and by the way, they look fantastic. And now I'm saying that in a way with respect that I don't see any bald spots, I don't see any balding, maybe a little bit of thinning in the temples, but they always pull their hair, it's usually long, and they always say, look at that, look at that. My ponytail is 1/3 of what it used to be. And this drives them insane. Now, keep in mind, there's all different levels of hair loss. There's actually different scales of female hair loss. It's called the Ludwig scale. And I'm talking about the majority of who I engage with and who I talk to, and these ladies. And they're really, really in a tough spot. The first thing I tell them once we kind of, introduce each other is, okay, look, you and I have to agree on a goal. And that first goal is so important, you have no idea. And that first goal is to not get any worse. Now, I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I've taken my hair loss, my lemons, and I've turned it into lemonade because you guys are watching me. And it means the world to me to allow me into your homes or into your phones or into your computers and help you with hair loss. So I don't take this lightly. So when women tell me that they're so embarrassed and they're so ashamed, but yet they look really good, and when I say that, even though their ponytail is 1/3 of what it was, they still have a presentation of what they used to look like from a hair perspective, just a lot less hair. That's what I had when I was like 18, almost 18 and a half. I had enough hair to make my hair look like my friends. What I didn't have was medication. What I didn't have was low-level light therapy. What I didn't have was really good injectable treatments. And what I didn't have is any advice. I had zero advice. So here I am sitting with these women, and I've got about 30 minutes to talk to them. And I have to drill it into their heads in a really nice, caring way. And they know I care. That you need to do something immediately. And that something is medication. That something is medication and low-level laser therapy. That's always hard to say. That something is also injectable treatments. Whatever we need to do to keep you the way you are right now so it doesn't get worse. And then they kind of pause and they trust me. And they've told me they trust me. And I have to put the words in their mouth. So that's not good enough though, right? That's not why you came here today. You didn't want to be told just stay like you are. But that's the truth. That's honesty. That's being ethical. And if you don't trust me or you don't believe me or you don't want to do what I think you should do, well, guess what? That ponytail's going down to maybe 1/8 or a 16th, you're going to keep losing your hair. Mother Nature is really tough on our hair. So once I gain their trust, we talk about it. Now, that doesn't mean we have to give up on actually thickening the hair or growing some hair back. But the number 2 goal, the second goal, is to take every one of those hairs that are on their way out of that cycle, 2 hair loss cycles, shedding cycles, 2 hair growth cycles. Somewhere in there when we're losing our hair, it doesn't go to the next cycle and we lose it. They're kind of like pinkies. That's the miniaturization phase. And women get a lot of miniaturization. That's the female pattern. We want to take those pinkies and turn them into thumbs, get them thick again. That alone will make these ladies feel like they're growing hair back, and their ponytail will get a little thicker. And then the final goal is regrowth. And no one should ever promise anyone regrowth. You just shouldn't do it. 2 reasons. Number 1 is you don't really know. Everybody's different. And number 2 is if you promise them regrowth and they don't get it, but let's say they maintain, they're going to get so frustrated and angry that then they give up on whatever treatment you got them into, and then they lose their hair. So keep in mind, for all of you out there, and anybody watching that wants to help someone with hair loss, the goal, like I wish I had options at 18 and a half to just keep my hair kind of looking like my friends. It wasn't thick. It was on its way out, but I had a few months, maybe half a year left to kind of push it together and make it look like everybody. And if I only had that medication, if I only had some of these other treatments that I could utilize, and that's what I'm comparing to when it comes to the female population. I was there. I didn't have these options. I didn't have this education. So continue to watch these videos, ladies. Continue to follow me, because anything and everything out there that I can do to help you, trust me, it's from the heart. I really, really, really want to stop the world from losing their hair. I feel your pain. I know how much you suffer. And there are options, but we've got to get started right away. I hope this helps all you beautiful ladies out there. Don't forget to like and subscribe.